At the beginning of the movie, a girl named Melanie is shown. She couldn't get out of the room. There, she can hear the steps of some soldiers. Melanie is sitting in her room's wheelchair. Two officers of the military show up there. Melanie is tied to the wheelchair with the belt that comes with it. Melanie is then taken out of the room. There are also more children. Children in the classroom were being moved by soldiers. It was, in fact, an army base where most of the people were soldiers. Some children had also been kept here. In the classroom, they learned from their teacher. Melanie was a very good student. The teacher also liked her. The kids are again sent back to their rooms. These kids seem fine, but it wasn't always like this. There were worms when these children were served the food. These kids liked to eat those worms a lot, and it was so uncomfortable. Next day, teacher had assigned a task to all kids. The teacher then asks, "Who is going to tell this story?" Melanie puts up her hand and says, "I'll do it." Melanie begins telling her story. Too much. Her teacher likes her story because she was the teacher's favorite student. And the teacher thought, this girl is special. She gets close to her and puts her hand on her head. Angry, the officer storms into the classroom. He is asked by the officer, "Did you touch her face?" She says, "You didn't touch her face, you touched her head. Do you know how dangerous this is? I do something for you." Officer had put a cream on his hand so that these kids might not smell them. Now, he wipes off the cream that was on his hand. He holds out his hand to the child. That kid was acting strange. He was biting down on his teeth. It looked like he would hurt an officer right now. Then all the kids in the class start to act the same. The officer puts cream on his hand again, and the kids are taken back to their rooms. At the same time, the teacher went through the rooms of those kids, where she sees that Melanie's wheelchair has been tied to her. No soldier untied Melanie. Teacher tells the soldiers to come there. No one goes there though. Teacher moves into Melanie's room herself, and she starts to undo the knots. When the teacher untied Melanie, she smelled like a person, which made her feel strange. Melanie was also trying to keep herself in check, but in vain. "Teacher," she says, "go away. Just leave the room. Please don't stay in my room." When she says this, she insults her teacher. The teacher runs out of the room and quickly locks it. Teacher starts to put cream all over her body and face, then takes it off. So Melanie might not be able to smell her. Officer comes back into Melanie's room the next day. He did not carry her into school today. She goes outside with him. When the officer brings Melanie outside, this is what is seen. On one side, the fence had been fixed. On the other side, there were a lot of zombies. The name of the songs was Hungries. The military was firing at those zombies all the time. At that time, a disease called parasitic fungus had spread all over the city. Because of this disease, they were no longer able to think clearly. That person used to turn into zombies when they were bitten by these zombies. Melanie is taken to a lab, where she catches a glimpse of a jar, where a child's brain had been shut off, and the number 13 was given to it. This kid used to go to school with a girl named Melanie. Now, he didn't show up to class. Melanie understands this. This child was a part of an experiment. Because of this, this kid has died. He doesn't go to class because of this. Melanie gets the sleeping shot from the doctor, and Melanie loses her senses. Doctor did something to her before this. There, the teacher is coming. She reaches out and takes a gas cylinder from there. She tells the physician, Melanie doesn't work with anything. In the meantime, soldiers see the teacher coming and catch him or her. Doctor tells the teacher, "I've wondered a million times. What are you thinking? I'll make a vaccine that will protect everyone and save their lives. Why don't you get what I mean?" Teacher is taken outside, where zombies suddenly attack. One of the zombies bites one of the people who helped the doctor. She had also become a zombie because of this. Doctor leaves. Melanie, who had been tied with this, was still on the bed. But what was strange was that Melanie didn't seem to be there. When he isn't a zombie, a normal person could tell if another person was nearby by smelling them. Melanie wasn't a normal person, so the zombie couldn't smell her. Melanie was also like these zombies. Melanie finds her way outside where she sees that there was a lot going on around them. The soldiers were being attacked by zombies everywhere. Soldiers were firing at the zombies all the time. Then she catches a glimpse of her teacher being held by two soldiers. When her teacher was trying to get away from the soldiers then attacked that teacher. Melanie runs to her teacher when she sees this. She bites the necks of those soldiers, and then she blacks out. Teacher takes Melanie in her lap. As the zombies came to attack the teacher, then there come military vehicles. The teacher gets into the car and takes Melanie. There was already a doctor there who made the vaccines. All of the zombies ran after their car, but those zombies bring them far too soon. When the officer turns around, he sees Melanie in the car. He gets so angry that he points his gun at Melanie. He was thinking if Melanie bites someone, then he too will turn into a zombie. Melanie was going to be killed by an officer. Then Melanie's teacher comes up to her and says, "Don't kill her. We will set her free." Then Melanie is taken out of the car by the teacher. Melanie is sitting and moving far away. The doctor tells the officer, "Listen to me. Through Melanie, I can make the shot." The officer then catches Melanie again and ties her up with a rope before putting her on the car. With this, he also hides her. Going a little far, they had to move near a stream because they needed water. Then when they got there, a lot of zombies attacked them. One of their soldiers gets hurt when a zombie bites him. The officer won't let that soldier get in the car because he was bitten. This soldier turns into a zombie too. From here, they will soon start to move outside. They try to start their car, but it didn't work. They must leave on foot. All of them end up in London. There needs to be something to eat here. When the officer uses his binoculars, there were a lot of zombies coming out of the stores. They were still and not moving. There, the officer says, "We'll go into the middle of these zombies and put the cream on ourselves. Because of this, they won't be able to smell our scent, nor do we talk to each other." Now, they've all made it to a building while walking through a group of zombies. This building was pretty empty. Melanie is tied to this place, and the doctor was sitting in front of her. "Who am I?" asks Melanie to the doctor. "Where did I come from?" Melanie, the doctor tells. When this disease had spread all over the world, the woman who got pregnant had kids who are just like you. It means zombies from the second generation. You are smart enough to be able to think. You can live in such a place, and you are the only one I can count on. I want to use you to make a vaccine that will cure everyone in the world. After that, they all stay here the whole time. The next day, they get ready to leave. There were a lot of sleeping zombies. Melanie says, "Give me a chance. I'm going down. I could get rid of all the zombies there." If we send her there, the doctor says, she doesn't have any reason to go back. Melanie says, "I will return. I want to be like each and every one of you. I want to be like everyone else." Melanie goes downward. Melanie catches a dog there when she goes down. She puts that dog with the dead. A zombie wakes up smelling like a dead dog. When this happens, all of the zombies run after that dog. This makes the whole path clear. After that, they go outside. They find a lot of zombie bodies there. Some roots were coming out of their bodies, making them look like plants. The whole building was covered with that plant. Doctor says it's the next stage in the life cycle of a parasitic fungus. There are also large seeds that can spread through the air. So, all people will be wiped off the face of the earth. It means that no one will ever live again on Earth. They find a military lab here that used to be powered by the sun. So, they all moved into this lab and started living there. All of them were hungry, so they had to share the food. One of the soldiers says that officer was with, "I'll go take care of the food." And he goes outside to get food ready. Melanie says, "I also have to eat. I can smell you all. I have appetite." So Melanie can now go outside. When Melanie goes outside, she eats a bird that she has caught. Afterwards, Melanie hears some voices. She looks to see if there are other kids like her in the house she is moving into. It means that these kids were the zombies' next generation. When a child comes in and waves at all the other kids, they all start to move outside. Melanie knew what was going on when she saw those kids about to attack that soldier, who had gone outside to get food ready. Melanie runs quickly to the officer and teacher. She tells them that if they go there, soldier's life is in danger. Many kids like me have gone outside to scare the soldier. On the other side, a picture of the same soldier who went outside to get food is shown. He gets a lot of food packs from a store. As he walked into the store, the same kids were there. All of the kids are mean to that soldier. At the same time, a doctor, an officer, and Melanie went there and realized that our friend had been set up. It is also a trap, Melanie says. As soon as she leaves the store, then all of the soldiers' children were hunters. Melanie mixes in with the group of kids and tells the officer not to shoot. There was a boy with a baseball bat who was in charge of these kids. Melanie stands up to him. Melanie's hand couldn't get out of the handcuff. She puts those handcuffs on that kid in a very sneaky way. And with his baseball bat, she kills him. All of the kids who were infected were scared of Melanie. After she saves them, she brings the teacher and officer to the lab. When they got there, They saw that the doctor had put a mask over her face, and the poisonous gas had spread to the area. The doctor had spread that dangerous gas. All of them lose their minds there. Doctor wanted to take Melanie's brain out so she could make the medicine. But Melanie was in her senses. She says, "I can beat you. If you try to be smart, I'll bite you. You will also become a zombie. Look," says the doctor, "I just want to use you to make a vaccine. I want to heal everyone. Do you want your favorite teacher to become a zombie at some point?" Melanie says, "No. This is not what I want." The doctor says, "You'll have to give up something for this to work." Melanie agrees with this as well. Melanie says to the doctor, "Am I still alive?" She says, "Yes, you are." Melanie understood that the next generation will be theirs and not ours. All traces of people had been wiped out. When the air will be filled with parasitic fungi. Because of this, the last humans will also die. Hearing everything, Melanie doesn't give herself up. She tells the doctor to stay inside, which will keep him safe. She later goes outside. Melanie is also being chased by Doctor. The same kids show up. Who did the soldier in? And the doctor is done. Melanie goes to that place where the zombies' bodies had big roots growing out of them. Through this, a plant was taking shape. On that plant, there was a certain kind of seed. If it made the air move, then every person on Earth will die. Melanie now sets fire to all of those plant shoots to stop them from growing. Melanie is also visited by Officer. She tells us, "What brought you out of the lab?" I made sure it was locked. Everything had been burned by Melanie, so the air was bad. The officer had also spread the disease. He gives Melanie a gun. "I want to die like a person. Put a gun to my head." Melanie shoots at the officer because she agrees with him. Teacher is shown there in the lab, and she is shocked when she catches a glimpse of the outside world. The next morning, Melanie brought all the kids from the next generation. She runs everything. In fact, none of these kids had ever talked to anyone. Melanie's teacher will now teach all these kids the same way she taught Melanie. So these kids might learn to speak, read, and have a better way of life. This is the end of the movie.